Welcome to another video from Canarica Learnings, and in this video we are going to discuss that how can you change connection for the existing connection which you have created. The connection details you can change. So let's go and look at Power BI. So let's go to the Power BI, and in Power BI first of all let's add something. So let's add this file into the Power BI. Now once I added this file, I'll be adding the data, and then later on, let's say if this file changes the location or I want to do some changes, how do I do that? So I simply loading this file, and once I load the file, I would like to know how do I update my connection settings. Now, what are the various options? I'm going to tell you those options. So just stay with me. Now this is something else it is showing. Let's go back here. Now so the first option to do the changes in the setting is coming from transform data under the home tab and data source setting. You can go to the data source setting and you can see that you have an option here. You can say change source, and from you can change the file from where you are bringing. You can also change file as, and can change the type of the file. You have to make sure that the previous steps should be applicable on this one. If you go to the advanced, you will see more file. You can add more add parts to it, and you should be able to manage that. Now go back to the basic setting. There is one more setting where you can have it as a parameter. You can create a new parameter. You can have that parameter as a path, and by changing the parameter you will be able to change the file. So that is an option worth exploring. Now you can reach to the same UI from another place, that is file, options and setting, options, and this option will also take you, not this one, files, options and setting, data source setting, and this option will also take you to the same UI. Sometime if you don't see here, you can check it in the global permissions wherever they are there, and there is an option like clear permission, especially useful to clear the password which are already saved. Now there are more options which are available. You can go to the home, transform data, and once you do that, I have quite a few things added here. Transform data, transform data. So I have this file which is already having too many things. So I can go to my table, and in this table I can open the advanced editor option available here in the home tab or on the right click. And when I do this, I also see the file name. Now if I want to change the file name here, or if I want to change anything related to that, then I have to do it for the each and every table. Another thing which is there is sometime what happens, let's say this is an Excel, I only want to bring this from a CSV or from database. We bring in that as a separate table, and then we very carefully merge these steps. That is again can be something which can be done from here. So these are the few ways, the way which you can manage parameterizing. Creating the parameter and using it is really important option which you can try it out, because that will give you a lot of leeway. And let me tell you that final option. So I go here, cancel it, I go to manage parameters in the Power Query, and here I create a new parameter, and which is I'm going to call as file source, and I'm calling it as file s, and then I'll say type is text and value is any value, and I paste this and I say okay. Now if you remember, in the data source setting there was an option where we can give the parameter. So data source setting is also available here. I can click here and I can say change source, and once I do that, I can say here is parameter, and once I say parameter file as, I will choose, I'll say okay, and I say close. And if I come to actual now, if I go to the source, you see that I am using file as, and I can also do right click advanced editor, and I can see that the file as is something which has been used. Now what does it means is I can simply go to manage parameter or edit parameter and can change the parameter value, and based on that my file source will change. So I'll say close and apply, and this way now what are the various ways we can go ahead and change our connection setting after we have loaded the data. So go ahead and try these things out, and do let us know what else you want Canarica to cover in their next learning video. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.